Revenue projections are high this year for Grenada's Citizenship by Investment Programme after a 40% increase which generated $150 million in 2021. Acting CEO Carlin Purcell says projections are set at over $300 million for this year. She told the Government Information Service recently that the program was not negatively affected by the pandemic, but instead realized an increase in the demand for investment. The CBI program aims to generate and create access to foreign direct investment, which promotes sustainable long-term employment, specialist training, and the general broadening of skills for numerous Grenadians. The majority of projects under the program are tourism-focused, falling in line with the government's plan to increase its hotel room stock.
The program has in fact been a lifesaver. While most sectors were seeing downturns, the COVID-19 presented a unique situation that allowed programs worldwide to have increased in the demand as business persons around the world and persons just looking to widen their reach, not depend on any particular economy, because they've seen what a pandemic like COVID can do. So persons are looking for opportunities to invest in other economies. As a result, the demand for the program worldwide has benefited, and obviously we would have benefited significantly from that as well.
She explained that the continuation of the program during the pandemic also saw an increase in employment within the construction sector.
The projects that have been ongoing have been they've continued throughout the pandemic, and for many of them they would have continued to employ persons, especially in construction, because most of them are in that phase. So during that construction phase, that's one of the sectors that while there were shortages of material and that sort of thing, they continued throughout the pandemic. So it was actually a sector in terms of the projects that are being developed through the CBI program, those continue to exist during the program. However, the investment, so while the projects are happening, persons will continue to invest in those programs, in those projects that allow for them to be built out. And as that is happening, we would have seen that we would have experienced almost 40% increase in our numbers.
Grenada's CBI program continues to boast of a due diligence that sets it apart from other programs in the region.
And our due diligence is second to none. We can boast of that because it's a very vigorous one. We have due diligence happening at varying levels of the process, from the time the application comes in at the marketing agents level, at the local agents level, at the banks level. It can be anywhere from about, we've seen some 40, 45 days, all the way up to 90 days, 120 days. And I'm saying that with a caveat, simply because sometimes we have to inquire, we have to go back for information. So there's that, sometimes you go back to get additional information on that particular application based on what was found in the process of, the due diligence and that sort of thing. So it varies. Each application is different. There are some standard things that must be submitted, and we tend not to lapse on those things.